to have. I know it's a late night one, but welcome to our late night hockey and basketball Saturday night birthday stream. It's my 25th birthday. It was earlier today. It is the same day, and we're going to start with the Chicago Canucks game. 2 minutes to go in the second period. It is all Canucks, 3-0. But we are here, and the Canucks are going to move the puck and skate through back out at center. It is forked on down, a minute 50 to go in the second period. We'll have all of the winter sports action that we have. We'll have the rest of the college hockey, the rest of the college basketball, women's and men's, and NBA, if there's any. We'll get that all done for you. Here on the puck drops here. As again, it is forked on down. Minute 30 to go in the second period. Deflected off and chipped at the far corner wall. Over to Myers. Tyler Myers back out. Flips it on through. Or it can be sent through and they score. Well, a point shot gets through, and Chicago makes it 3-1. They're on the board for the first time. Vlasic, it got through Marcus Pettersson, and the Canucks lead is 3-2. But the deflection that just did go through, and you know it. But it is tipped through, comes right off the block shot, and lampoons at the corner wall. Canucks will barnstorm in. Teuvo Teravainen in. Teravainen. Stepped up across. Vlasic a shot, and this one tipped off the corner, but Strome to get it right back, out to the point. Fakes the drive, deflects one, through in the high slot. It's picked off. We'll set it off the far wall and out to the red line. Had to make it happen, and we do. Send this puck all the way down. Vlasic again. Vlasic, no, he didn't score. Vlasic settles one through, a shot in it. Is that a goal? No, Arthur's got it. Arthur's made the stop, and Nazar is going after a bunch of Canucks here for whatever reason. But that's what he's doing. He's going after a couple of them with only a matter of seconds remaining in the period.
Since you're new to H&R.
But that is part of what was going on there. It's tipped to the far side. It chips off the glass. 1 second to go in the second, and that's it for the period. 13-10, Chicago leads in shots, but we lead 3-1. Going into the third period, we're up by 2 goals. This will be a pivotal game coming up here, and we'll give you the NHL scores in a second. Let's get Hulu up. We'll get the next game we can go through. We're going through all of the college hockey, basketball, and NBA and NHL that we have here. We'll go to Penn State, Ohio State are in a semifinal in the Big Ten, so we can go to that. It's over. Apparently it is over, and the 3-seeded Ohio State Buckeyes have beaten the 5th-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions, and Ohio State is going to the Big Ten championship game in college hockey. Let's see what NHL scores we can get. This is the only NHL game going on right now. There's no other 10 o'clock games. Los Angeles beat Nashville 1-0 in overtime. St. Louis all over the Wild 5-1. Carolina shut out Philadelphia. Ottawa beat Toronto 4-2. Tampa beat Boston. Montreal beat the Panthers. New York Rangers shut out Columbus. Washington beat San Jose. Buffalo beat Vegas in a shootout coming from behind. And the Devils, not good at all. Gave up 7 goals to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, of all teams. Yes, Pittsburgh. They give up 7 goals to the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's just the only game going on right now. In the second period, it is 3-1 Canucks going to the third somewhat soon. Now, let's what the stakes are here. So the Canucks are winning right now. A point of any kind puts us 8th in the West. We're up 3-1. Any point does it. But a win specifically is good because you're tied with Calgary and St. Louis with 71 points. St. Louis is 32-28. And the Flames only have the difference on the tiebreaker. So, again, a Canuck win, a Canuck win or point would be big. And so if they win this period, they will be in a playoff spot. Hey, what's going on? Thank you, Trent. I appreciate that. Trent, so what we're going to do, since I just started the stream, I know there's not a lot of hockey left, but we're going to do all of the, I'm not doing the spring sports. So not boys volleyball, men's volleyball, not baseball, anything like that. But we're going to finish all the basketball, men's and women's, all the hockey, college, and the NHL and NBA games that I have access to. All that I have access to. We'll do that. Once it's all done, we'll say goodnight. All right, men's hockey scores. Let's go over that right now real quickly. And Selection Sunday, oh no, that's tomorrow, March Madness. I don't know what hockey is, though. Well, top 25. Well, I got a birthday gift today. My unranked Harvard Crimson upset number 19th ranked Clarkson 3-2 in overtime. Quinnipiac shut out Brown 4-0. BU wins in overtime against UMass 3-2. Unranked UMass. 5th ranked Maine clocks UMass Lowell 7-1. Number 2nd ranked Michigan State only beats Notre Dame 1-0. 4th ranked Western Michigan all over unranked South Cloud State 6-2. 3-1 Northeastern goes to BC and beats the number 1 team in the country, with Northeastern beating Boston College. 7th ranked Denver beats 20th ranked Colorado College 6-3. And 18th ranked North Dakota beats 1 ranked Omaha 3-2. And they're going to overtime between 12th ranked Arizona State and a recent champion, Minnesota Duluth. Let's go to see if we have that game. Am I watching bracketology tomorrow? Yes. Possible stream tomorrow for Selection Sunday. Possible. I can't give you a definite, but I can definitely say a possibility. I can give you definitely plausibility and possibility for that. Oh, I'm having some issues, guys. Give me a second. Trying to figure something out with this charger. If this would work. Yeah. Got it. All right, give me a second, guys. I gotta do something. Who do I think Michigan will play? Like UC Irvine? I don't know. We're going to the Big Ten final tomorrow. I actually don't know who it is. We're going to talk about it. I have to fix something with the things I have set up, though. So give me a second to do that, and we'll be right back with what we're regularly doing. It's doing it. It's just how we even. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yes, Ovechkin is also only 8 goals away from, I think, breaking the record. By the way, so we're trying to see if we can find that game. Crosby has most points in a single franchise, 4th. Only Lemieux has more in his franchise. And the only player with the most is Howe. So he's behind Gordy, Stevie, and Mario Lemieux. That hockey game is not available, by the way. So we'll monitor it, but we're going to pretty much just be basketball and hockey. See if there's any NBA. So here we go for the NBA. All the NBA games, surprisingly, are done. Boston beat Brooklyn. Oklahoma City beat Detroit. Memphis beat Miami. Houston beat Chicago. No real surprises here. Milwaukee beat Indiana. Golden State beat the Knicks. That's a tough one. That's the upset. San Antonio beat New Orleans. And this is San Antonio Suns, Fox, and Wembayama. And Washington, this is even more of a stunner. Washington, with one of the worst records in the league, goes to Denver and beats the Nuggets 126-123. Huge win by Washington. Still don't have an update yet on the overtime between Duluth. Let's see, as you can see, basketball. So there's a basketball game that starts at 11:30. So I know for a fact Eastern time. So I know for a fact that we'll have games to call. All right, so let's see what we got. NCAM, we have, obviously, as you mentioned, Grand Canyon, Utah Valley, the WAC championship. We'll broadcast that. Is that it? That is it for men's. Let's see about women's. That is it for women's as well. So we're just going to shift to Michigan gets the 5 seed. Nah, I think we'll put it good the 3. Especially if we win the champ final. By the way, there's actually only one game we can go to. So by the way, so if you guys are wondering, after this game is over, we're going to switch. If I have it, hopefully I do. Or then we probably actually do have to end the stream. If I don't have it, but if I do have. The game I'm looking for. Give me a second. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you so much. Enjoy being with your friends. We are going to be doing the end of the Canuck game. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, and then Grand Canyon, Utah Valley, the WAC championship. Oh, wait a minute. No, there is one game going on right now. Sorry. Alabama State and Jackson State. The Southwestern Athletic Championship. Jackson State only trails by 2. Let's go to that right now, real quickly. There's only about 7 seconds left. There's not much time left. We'll start with that right now. So taking a timeout.
We'll head into the game for Mo Williams.
And they are about to drop the puck for overtime between Minnesota Duluth and Arizona State. By the way, we'll monitor that. So, yes, we're going to go to the WAC final when this Canuck game is over. But the winner is going to the NCAA March Madness. Jackson State, Alabama State. 5th ranked Alabama State has a 2-point lead. You were talking about them, Trent, earlier. They're 16 and 17. But they need a break. They trail by 2. Alabama State to throw it in. They have 1 timeout. Jackson State trailing has none. Both are in the bonus. Looking for the inbounds play for Alabama State, the bounce pass. They keep it. There's the trap. There's the foul with 6 seconds left.
6.6 left to go, and this will be a 2-shot foul.
And it is a 2-shot foul since both are in the bonus plus. And the Hornets are trying to see if they can get some good free throws here. And because Jackson State doesn't have a timeout, the Tigers are going through what the strategies would be to get the ball back. When we have a second, we'll read you all the other finals from today.
Simpson's first. That is good.
Simpson hits his first, and it's good.
This free throw could make it very difficult for Jackson State if Simpson is able to get it to fall.
You can see Matlock was trying to box out Ruffin due to the size advantage there.
They'll have the second now. It's good. He hits both. So it's a 4-point lead. They need breaks. They don't have a timeout. Tigers bring it up top of the key. There's a lot of clock. 2 seconds left. 3 seconds. No good. Rebound. It's good, but it doesn't matter. The shot doesn't count, but it's over. And Alabama State has stunned Jackson State, and they are going to the NCAA tournament. The Hornets sting last, and they are the Southwestern Athletic Conference champions in 2025. They knock out Jackson State, and they are going either to the first 4 or the full thing, and Fulcher gets it done for Alabama State. Wow. Wow. That was as impressive as you're going to have.
Brady's got to take a tough contested
Shot no good. It is early in the first half, that game we were mentioning, the WAC championship. Grand Canyon and Utah Valley, number 2 Grand Canyon, number 1 Utah Valley. Utah Valley bringing it up. The layup is blocked. There is no foul, but they get the rebound back. UV at a three-pointer. It's in and out, no good, but they are getting rebounds. To the left wing, he shoots and scores! What a key shot, and the Wolverines are within 2. Utah Valley playing well right now. I'm trying to figure out the other conferences. When we go to break, we'll do that. Because tomorrow there's a couple of 3 conference finals, yet one of the teams won and they don't show what the final is. A three-pointer, no good. It's tapped up in the air, and they're going to keep it alive, trying to keep it alive, but Utah Valley gets the steal, and the number 1 seed is pushing. Right wing, back out to the top of the key. Fed one out to the left wing. There's the man that was driving before. Twist turns. No good. Up in the air. Trying to grab the rebound. He's been voracious for it. And Utah Valley gets the steal. Three-pointer for the lead. Good! Utah Valley. And it's Leonhardt, who stole the basketball on his knees. Got it back. Chucked the 3. And now they lead 8-7. And we've only played 3.5 minutes into this basketball game. The WAC final. The winner goes to March Madness. The loser likely will not make it. Shot no good. Tipped up in the air. Now it's Linhart. Brings it out to the right corner. Three-pointer, no good. Tipped up there, Brady Cyrus. I believe Grand Canyon was the champion last year, although I could be mistaken. Leonhardt feeds it out for a three-pointer that was pumped and not taken. Driving towards the basket. Twist off one man. Lost the ball, but a foul on by Grand Canyon. All right, we'll take a look now. We'll take another look. 4 minutes into overtime, still 5-5 between 12th-ranked Arizona State and unranked Minnesota Duluth. We'll read the men's scores. They're going to break. We'll read the men's scores real quick. Actually, Colorado State beats Utah State, so they go to the Mountain West final.
Not bad. $155 for the night. Hold up. How? It's easy when you know where to look.
I wonder if that was later. I didn't see it. Yale beat Princeton. They go to the Ivy League final. Bryant beat Maine, and Bryant is going to March Madness. They win the American East. Also, Norfolk State win the MEAC, knocking out South Carolina State. Tennessee goes to the SEC final, beating the number one team in the country, Auburn. Wisconsin beat Michigan State by 3, the number 1 team in the tournament. They go to the Big Ten final. VCU beats Loyola Chicago. They're off to the Atlantic 10 final. Cornell beats Dartmouth. And so Cornell will face Yale in the Ivy League final. Memphis beats Tulane. They are going to the AAC final. By the way, we are back in Vancouver, so we'll go back to the Canucks for a second. Do I think North Carolina makes the tournament? Likely, but we'll have to see. But anyway, back to hockey. It is fed on down. Tyler Myers slinks it off the far corner boards, and it's walled on down in the Chicago zone. And it's a good hit off the corner. Back off the far circle. Billy Pettersson speeds on in. Tipped again, it's delayed and poke checked aside. Elias had it. Elias is tripped and he is sidewinded down. Forked down at the far wall. Quinn Hughes skates in. Drops it off Dakota Joshua. Was spun down, and it's turnstile back at the right corner boards. deflected at the corner. 13-10 shots favor Chicago, but they trail 3-1. Chicago will motor on in. As the Canucks will motor on back. Flickered back out, and here comes Chicago up at center, skating in at the red line. They'll bring it in and flip for the Canucks to move it. We'll continue with these updates. As you mentioned, VCU against Loyola Chicago as it's flipped on down and deflected away. George Mason goes to the Atlantic 10 final, beating St. Joseph's, school that I thought of going to, actually. And George Mason will meet VCU. So it will be a school from the state of Virginia in March Madness. We know that for a fact. George Mason and VCU both from Virginia. VCU from a little bit more south. George Mason's up more north, close to D.C. Those two teams will battle for a right to go to the big dance. My Michigan Wolverines, 81-80 by 1, go to the final against Wisconsin, a team we know a lot about. We'll play Wisconsin tomorrow in the Big Ten final. We're usually very good in this tournament. We'll have a chance to win the tournament and for sure clinch a spot. We're going to be going, but that would be great to know for a fact that we're in. Alabama against Florida. Florida upsets Alabama 104-82. So Florida, Tennessee in the SEC championship tomorrow. Stunning. UAB, they beat North Texas. They'll go to the American Athletic Final against Memphis. Back to hockey for a second. A shot towards the net. And a stop made. Right out to the right circle. Elias was there. Toes the line. There's a shot. Score! Niels Hoglander! It's 4-1. And the Canucks lead by 3, not even 5 minutes into the third. The second time today that this has been a 3-goal lead. And you see that Niels drops, delays. And then it at first, and then the second shot. And they're looking at the fact that this might be Elias Pettersson's goal because Elias's first shot hit the crossbar, and they're looking at it now and saying that it for sure was in. So they scored anyway, but they might put more time on the clock and say that Elias's goal actually went in. This is clearly a goal. They didn't call it on the ice. He gets back up to the play, and Niels Hoglander fires it in for sure. And we'll see who's getting the goal officially. All right, so the announcement has just been made. The goal for Hoglander will not stand because Elias's goal 6 seconds earlier, Elias's shot 6 seconds earlier counted. They initially waved it off, but they looked at it. It went under the net, under the crossbar. So Elias Pettersson will get credited for the goal, and it is 4-1. So not Niels Hoglander, but it'll be Elias Pettersson. And Chicago still leads in shots, but they're getting nailed in goals. 4-1 Canucks. Let's go, Petey, the chant. Tyler Myers swings one off the corner. And his puck is out of play. Let's continue with some of these scores. We have a final. We have a final in college hockey. Arizona State's fans go bananas. They win it 6-5. There will be no upset. And that's it for college hockey tonight. It is a roughing penalty. and it's on Tyler Myers. Chicago heads to the power play. And Coach Tockett is irate with the call, as he should be. By the way, Houston, who's been the best team all year in the Big 12, they do win the Big 12 championship. They are March Madness bound for sure. Although Arizona, I think, will find themselves there. Colorado State are the Mountain West champions, beating Boise State. Also, St. John's wins the Big East over Creighton. But a penalty by Bedard, I believe, and Chicago, the power play is going to be over. As we said, St. John's beats Creighton to win the Big East, by the way. Akron wins the Mid-American. They're going to the March Madness as well. Mount St. Mary's, the Mount St. Mary's College, not the high school in Somerset County, New Jersey, wins the Metro Atlantic over Iona. Liberty wins the Conference USA over Jacksonville State. And Duke wins the ACC championship over Louisville. Alabama State, as we called, wins the Southwestern Athletic. And UC San Diego beats their brother school, UC Irvine, to win the Big West. And, of course, we have only the Western Athletic, which will stream fall later. William McKay having its fed off the blue line. Dropped one on down. We'll try to get these out really quickly. Ball State beats Toledo in the Mid-American Final. Fairfield beats Quinnipiac in the Metro Atlantic. FGCU wins the Florida Gulf Coast wins the Atlantic Southern for women's. William & Mary goes to the Coastal Athletic Final. Murray State beats Drake to go to the Missouri Valley Final. Grand Canyon beats Texas Arlington to go to the March Madness. Win the Western Athletic, and Chicago scores. Well, it's a 4-on-4 goal, and it loops right over the shoulder. And that's the European kid that we talk about, Kaiser. And so the German guy gets it done for Chicago. Kaiser just toes it at the right circle, roofs it on Artur Silovs, and this game is not over. It is 4-2. So Chicago responds with a 4-on-4 goal. Kaiser skating in on Silovs just goes right by Artur's blocker. And Chicago's within 2. So as that was forked through as well as we mentioned. By the way, Norfolk State win the MEAC over Howard. Campbell goes to the Coastal Athletic Final, beating Charleston, destroying Charleston. Belmont beats Missouri State. They go to the Missouri Valley Final. Harvard is going to women's basketball March Madness. They beat Columbia in the Ivy League Final. Liberty wins the Conference USA over Middle Tennessee. Southern University beats Alcorn State, winning the Southwestern Athletic. And the Big West is won by UC San Diego over UC Davis. Only 4 games tomorrow. The Northeast Championship, the Patriot League Championship, the Missouri Valley Championship, and the Coastal Athletic Championship. And the women's, so we mentioned the women's, we mentioned the men. And that's what it is there. And we'll be back. Okay, so let's go to the only other game to do, which is Grand Canyon, Utah Valley. Twisting, turning, a layup and a foul called.
Grant Foster does very well is go to the free throw line. It's just kind of very elusive and hard to guard.
Absolutely, and a set play out of the timeout. Coach Drew did a nice job organizing that, letting the play develop, knowing that he's effective in the post. The only thing they could do for Utah Valley is foul.
Missed almost a month with a knee injury, 5 games. He's the 2024 WAC Tourney MVP at 18 points versus California Baptist. And if you don't know his story, it's an interesting story. You know, he was playing at DePaul after playing at Kansas.
The shot rims good
Serious heart ailment, didn't play
for
basketball for 2 years and came back here and became a star. One of the reasons he wanted to play here was Bryce Drew, who he loved as a coach, and also earlier in his career had a heart issue. So they sort of bonded and could relate over that. He's been a bright spot here in Phoenix.
well, he's brought ahead, and that shot loops good,
Really nice. The pace of Utah Valley right now is a
and
difference.
it is able to roll in.
They're moving the basketball, they're moving themselves, and right now Grand Canyon is on their heels.
They won't. 3-pointer for the left wing. It's good. And Grand Canyon
When he starts hitting those threes,
gets
it really
within it, gets in it there. The Antelopes,
teams left start pressuring him. Utah
and a
Valley
key shot there from the number 21
more as well.
of Jacoby Coles.
Green inside. Now Wells inside.
Wells drives, and it's no good. Rebounded by Brennan. Brennan drives through, and we're back to hockey. Forced it on down at the blue line. It slinks out center. It's Quinn Hughes. Quinn gets away from the checking. 2 seconds to go on a man advantage. It's over. Chicago's killed it. 4-2 Canucks lead. Sending in at the corner and roofing it to the far side. There's a battle for the puck. And it is chipped off the red line and all the way down. Icing against Chicago. 13-14 to go in the third. Edmonton going to play the Rangers, but as you said, it's just a lot of... Now, what about the first four? When does the Frozen Four start? Actually interested. Right ahead. Back at the corner. Trying to remember the first round of NCAA hockey. We don't have it set yet. I think it's going to be in April. Not sure, but was looking for that. Oh, I think that because they have to play the conference, they have to finish the conference tournaments first, which is almost out. It is slammed in. 12:20 to go in the third. Here comes Chicago looking for the entry pass. It is sent in wide behind the net. Canucks will bank it in. Drop pass looking for a lane up the middle. That's forked aside, and it comes back at the far wall. Slingshot in. 12 minutes to go in the third. Forced out, and it's behind. Foligno on the backhand. Foligno chipped through. Twisted down at center and backhanded in, where it's blocker aside. Clamped at the far end. Roofed on down, back at the wall. Turnaround shot, Bertuzzi's is blockered. Canucks will swing in, backhanded through. I think this is going to be a shorter stream now I'm thinking about it because I would have loved it to finish the WAC championship. They just called a foul in that game. This game's getting slow. First half's going to take 15 minutes. I know this is not really a big stream, but I'll try to make it up to you guys with possibly a night stream tomorrow with the what's it called? With the final with the unveiling of the brackets, depending on how much time's left, and then I'll also try to make it up with a more March Madness stuff. And this time we don't have a lot of sports yet with it, high school, so I probably will have a lot more March Madness, or at least first 4 games. So we'll try to do that. Save made, rebound, score! It's 5-2, and the Canucks go up by 3 with 10:10 to go. It's still Saman, and Aman is your man. He skates up at the far wall, makes a great play defensively, and just uses that speed and fortitude after the Canucks win a battle. And Aman comes right to the puck. It's tic-tac-toe. It's great puck movement by the Canucks. And Aman beats him to the puck. What a play. And the Canucks lead is 3 again. It's 5-2. 5-2. 52. Oh, great. Fenn in front, save made, rebound, and that joke is over because it's 6-2. 8 seconds later. Pius Suter. What a barrage for the Canucks. Right off the face-off. Dakota Joshua shoots it to himself. Chicago never is able to free up the puck. He frees up the next man who gets stopped with the glove, but nobody ties up Pius Suter. And Pius bangs it in, and the Canucks lead is 4. And the Chicago fans here very unhappy. It's been a wonderful night with the Canucks in front 6-2. But Trent, I hope you heard me. I'm not going to be able to do the rest of the WAC championship, but we'll finish this game for sure. It's walled off the boards, and we have a stoppage of play. 9:43 to go in the third. Offsides is the call, and the Canucks are that close to a playoff position. Aman, 8 seconds later. Suter, Canucks 6, Chicago 2. We'll take that. Yeah, again, tomorrow I'm thinking about doing the I'm thinking about doing the selection show, but I'm not sure. They're on commercial anyway with Utah Valley and Grand Canyon.
These are my breasts. Honestly, we've had a complicated relationship. I've tried sports bras, underwire bras, minimizer bras, and then out of nowhere, I found a lump. Breast cancer. Then losing the breasts, I never fully appreciated.
7:24 to go in the first. In that game, Dominic Nelson, it is 26-25, Antelopes in front.
far in this tournament. But the
Trying to get Nelson going, and just like that, they are back. So, by the way, 26-25 in the first half. It is Grand Canyon leading. The winner of that game is going to March Madness. The loser is not.
Back-to-back goals for the Canucks have the puck absolutely on a string. It's the second time this year they've scored 6 goals in a game. The first time was against the Chicago Blackhawks in Chicago back on October 22nd, a 6-3 win for Vancouver.
Tipped at the far side. Chicago backhands it in. Canucks bring in our offense. Fed one back out at the one hand on the stick. Chop the drive, and this one is blocked to the corner. Chicago skating with it. We only have 14 shots, yet we have 6 goals. They still lead in shots 16-14. Tip towards the net, and it's blocked aside. Oman gets it out. Was it tipped off a stick? No, it's not. It's icing. And it's on us with 9:04 to go. If Tennessee wins the SEC championship, they're going to give themselves a position to get to a number 1 seed. The problem with saying for sure Bama and Auburn get number 1 seeds is the fact that they both lost in the semifinals. That doesn't necessarily mean that. I mean, sometimes you give a non-conference champion a number 1 seed, but it doesn't help when you have as much parity as there is. Chicago bringing their offense at Strome. Strome tries to backhand feed it and then forehand it through. The Canucks will move in. Backhand it off the boards. Slapped at the red line. And settled on in. Chopped it across right circle. Shot save made. It's kicked aside. But an opportunity there. As it is backhanded in. Chicago changes. And they'll try to build their forecheck. Going to keep it in. We'll try to bust it up the middle and get it out. Besser off the boards. Chicago steals the puck. Left circle. And it's blocked aside. Chicago keeps it in. Right hash. High slot. Deflected wide. Bedard. Back to Jazar. Out to the right wall again. A high arcing blast is off the boards and all the way down. 7:30 to go in the third period. Canucks 6. Chicago 2. That's a stinker of a number. I'll tell you that right now. Philip Ronick back heels this puck across. Hoglander twists it. Quinn Hughes. And he missed the net. Chicago will break out. Offensively, they swing in. It's not offside. It's chipped off the corner. Pugh's trying to get it out. Chicago can't keep it in as it is sent out to center ice. Teuvo Teravainen, the man they call Turbo, won a Stanley Cup 10 years ago with Chicago. Speeds in. That's when he was a rookie. As he is playing in his 10th NHL season. Flanked board, Suter shoots it off. Looking for a man, Dakota Joshua. Slipped on down a shot, a hard one. And it gets blocked off and it'll go all the way down. Banked off the corner. 6:20 to go in the third. Chicago intercepts the shot. Stopped by Seelovs and Arturs holds with 6:20 to go. You talk about seeing where the puck was, and Elias Pettersson fought off Eskovich to get towards the net, but just never got in front to deflect the puck. 6:20 left in the third, 17-15. Shots favor Chicago, yet they've only got 2 goals. And both of our shot counts are quite minuscule. Fork back out left hash. Canucks slingshot this puck at the corner. Gapped on down, it's Myers. Look at Myers' skating speed. Going off the glass. Centered in at the red line. Chip to the corner. Canucks block it on down. Pettersson. It zips off the red and down it goes. Chicago flaps it at the red line. Down at the right hash. Phillip skates in. 5:30 to go in the third. This puck goes down the ice. It's not icing. We'll pursue. Good hit at the corner. Jason Dickinson skates in. And offside is the call. After Dickinson tried to go by a stick. They're going to take a break. 5:20 to go in the third period. We are very close to the 5-minute mark. And we lead by 4, 6-2. All right, back to this. Free throws for Utah Valley. It's Dominic Nelson, the junior from Miami. He hits the first. And they could tie this game here with a free throw made. Dom Nelson, it goes off the rim. It's no good. So still Grand Canyon in front. Tayon Grant Foster, the senior from Kansas State, and he feeds his man, number 24, Duke Brennan, the junior from Arizona.
Does a lot of the dirty work for this team that pays off for a lot of wins.
They bring it up the right corner. Driving towards the basket. Nowhere to go for Nelson. It's out of bounds, and who's it on? It is off of...
Brennan is a good big man to have inside, Coach.
Duke Brennan.
He doesn't mind doing the little things. He goes after the boards. He sets the hard screens, rolls hard to the basket, and shoots.
We're going to break anyway. 3:59 to go in the first half. 33-30 in favor of the Antelopes of Grand Canyon University. But we are back here. .5:20 to play in the third. It is 6-2 in favor of Chicago. But the Canucks slipping in. We'll settle at the far wall. A drive towards the net, and it's blocked off. We're inside 5 minutes to go in the game. We lead 6-2. Oh, no. Phillips down. Phillips got to get up to his feet. He will slowly, but Phillip was very gingerly working his way through. He went back down. And they're going to put a stoppage to play, see if Phillips okay. 4:42 to go in the third. And Phillip finally makes his way to the bench. A guy that's got to stay healthy in this season. And unfortunately, he's going to make his way to the locker room. And his night's going to be over in all likelihood. With the Canucks up 6-2. Man, he got hit hard. He got stapled by Jason Dickinson. Oh, boy. Boy, was that a brutal hit from the former Canuck. They are looking at this hit. The this brutal check. Because Dickinson just comes in and boards Heedle, and you have the feeling that this might be a 5 in the major. They don't call any penalty. They don't call a penalty at all. The referees deemed it involuntary, but I mean, he went after his neck. I think this is one of those that, okay, maybe you don't call a penalty, but maybe the league office needs to look at this for a possible suspension or a fine on Jason Dickinson, because that was dangerous. And the Canucks need Filip Chytil in this lineup. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. 6-2 Canucks. Chicago trying to wind it up. Slipped it far wall. Chopped in off a deflection. And the rolling puck slinks at the red line. The Canucks again shoot it in. Good check at the corner. Chicago skates in at the red line. Backhanded in, and it's wide. Tip to the far wall. Chicago skates in, a high slot shot, and it deflected off of Arthur Seelovs. He'll make the stop, but not able to do much with it, and the clock is gallivanting to our advantage. Because we're under 2:50 left in the third, and Chicago still needs 4 goals in under 180 seconds. Nazar. There's a shot by Bedard and a save by Arturs. And Lucas Reichel went to the net, and we're dive bombing Lucas Reichel. So that's part of the situation there with 2:39 to go in the third. And they have to separate all the fisticuffs here. And Reichel is incensed. He's screaming at Marcus Pettersson and Elias Pettersson. And we got helmets everywhere. Connor Garland. And the referees are going to have to figure all this out. Aren't you happy you don't have that job? Boy, oh boy. And also, they checked Nazar hard. Sort of retribution for what Chicago did to Filip Chytil. And then that was the start of so they're going to give Filip Hronek a 10-minute of misconduct. They're going to give Connor Bedard a 10-minute misconduct. So that is a nail in the coffin for Chicago, because Connor Bedard is by far the most explosive explosive player in general. And he's out of this game. I mean, I guess technically, if this game somehow went to overtime, I think technically he could play in the shootout. We probably would have to wait for extras for that to happen. And they would also need to score 4 goals, and then Chicago would have to get this thing to a shootout to possibly see Bedard again. Same thing with the Canucks for Hronek. But again, that might not even be possible since the shootout's not timed. Well, it looks like they've separated everything now. By the way, late in the first half, it is Grand Canyon really starting to find their offense here. They're going to have some free throws. They already lead 38-32 with about 1:40 to go in the first half against Utah Valley. So now announce what came of those penalties. Connor Garland got a 2-minute misconduct, so he'll be back right around the end of this game. Likely now. But if this game somehow did go to overtime, Garland would be able to play in overtime. Because it's a 2, not a 10. Final 2 minutes to go in the third. Chicago has struggled to do anything, and they're going to have to figure this out without Connor Bedard. He's out of the game. But so is Philip Hronik. Right circle, Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi is paddled away by Shilovs. Tipped it Murphy. Murphy towards the net. Backhander. Might have been deflected. It does go wide, though. 1:30 to go in the third. It is all Canucks. Will fire towards the net and just shoot it in. Niels Hoglander almost was onside there, and now the Canucks will change. Dickinson sweeps it through. Off the far side, Reichel's there. O'Connor looking for Ullman. Ullman's got a goal today. Towards the net, nowhere to go. Final minute of play in the third. Canucks 6, Chicago 2. People are starting to stand here in BC, and we are under a minute away from a playoff position and back to 8th in the West, jumping ahead of Calgary and St. Louis. Besser, Forbert. Forbert blasting in. It's blocked up at the far side. Curls in at the right circle. 30 seconds to go in the third period. And chipped off a stick, and it's freed on out behind. Banked to the corner, under 20 seconds left, and the Canucks are about to beat Chicago in a huge win here. Will motivate them. Under 10 seconds left to go in the third, and Shilovs makes a save with 8.9 left. Oh, what a play by Arturs. Yep, 4 goals the last 5 games for Elias. He's starting to find his rhythm. See how they wired that right under his arm? I'll make sure that the right players are on the ice. Face off tied up. Canucks get to the puck. And that is going to be that. The Canucks win it 6-2. So the Canucks are back to 8th in the Western Conference. They're back to a playoff spot with the win. Canucks win it. Just want to get the finals, the halftime score going in on Utah Valley, Grand Canyon, but Grand Canyon just committed a foul, so I'm waiting till that halftime score is set. 2 fouls already on Ty Grant Foster. But yep, the Canucks are are in a playoff spot right now on my birthday, which is beautiful, and we're gonna go off the air once I let you know what the final score is. If not the final score, the halftime score is between Utah Valley and Grand Canyon. The first is good; it's a 7-point lead, and the half-court heave is no good, and that's the halftime. So by the way, you can look at it later, but at halftime, Grand Canyon 40, Utah Valley 33. It's a 3-point lead for the 6-point lead for the 7-point lead for the Antelopes, and they're 20 minutes away from the NCAA tournament. Grand Canyon, who won it last year, is getting closer and closer to winning it for a repeat year. But we'll let you know after that. Good night, everybody. We might see you tomorrow.